Okay, earlier today, this morning, I put a new fuel filter in my truck here because it was not getting any fuel to the motor, and I thought that's what was causing this thing to not start. The fuel filter swap went really well. A little difficult to get to, but it went good. And I tried starting this thing up and was unable to get it to start, even though it is getting fuel to the motor now. I definitely have fuel in the air cleaner there, so that is working. But I have suspected all along that I've got a starter motor problem. Put a new starter in this thing like a month ago. Got sick with the flu and came back out here a couple of weeks later. Needed to shim it because it was rubbing on the flywheel. I got it shimmed. I put another shim in there, and now it won't start. And I thought it sounded funny. Sounded like it was making some unusual grinding noises. So evidently that shim didn't work, and I don't know what else to do. It's just not, the starter's just not working out. It's a brand new starter from AutoZone, and it's just grinding. It's like the flywheel, it's hitting against the flywheel, and that's not allowing it to start up, and it's really bizarre. So I really have no choice at this point but to jack this thing back up in the air and crawl underneath there and take this starter down and take a look at it and see what I got. It's getting kind of late in the day now, but I should have more than enough time then to get this thing out of here and take a look at it and make a decision. So I've already disconnected my battery, definitely an important thing to do. Also disconnected all my wiring down there to the starter, so it's just going to be a matter of just unbolting it and dropping it down. It's definitely not an easy starter to get to. I'll take the camera down there so you can see. It's going to be a lot harder to put it back up than it is to take it down, I think, but I really have no choice. Definitely don't want to take it to a shop and spend a gazillion dollars for them to fix it. I should be able to fix this myself. So let's get started on this. Okay, I got the starter out obviously, and my battery's pretty much charged back up. And take a look at the starters here. This, of course, is the old starter that came out. I was going to take that back for the core. Glad I didn't. And this is a new starter that I just took out a few moments ago. The original starter came with these two shims. One's pretty thick and one's thin. I added another shim out of this package, which is the middle shim. There's one really thick, one thin, and then this one was a medium size. And I thought that would do it because this thing was rubbing a little bit. Jim, my buddy, loosened it up while I had it going, and it sounded good, so we assumed it just needed one shim. Maybe I should have put the thin one in, I don't know. But something I've noticed, I noticed this before and didn't think it was a big deal. You can see the opening here on the old starter is pretty big. The opening on the new starter is pretty small. Comparing these, I don't know if the GoPro is seeing this or not. Hopefully it is, but there's this lip here that is not on here. And the opening is so much bigger on the old one than this one. And honestly, I really can't find a whole lot of evidence of the flywheel rubbing except right here. And again, I don't know if the GoPro is picking it up, but there is evidence right there of rubbing of the flywheel, and that's what was making the noise. What is keeping my motor from running? I assumed it was the starter, but now I have no clue in the world. Because if this flywheel was rubbing on here so hard that it would keep the motor from turning, there should be some real serious evidence here, and there just isn't. This is aluminum, I think, and there's not a whole lot of evidence there, so at this point I really don't know. I'm really at a loss here, but you know what I think I'm gonna do? The problem I was having with this old starter was the solenoid. The starter was turning over fine and sounding good, but the solenoid wasn't kicking in. Sometimes you'd have to hit the key at least 6 times to make this thing throw the gear up here so that it would engage. And I'm assuming, and I really don't know for a fact, that it's because of the solenoid. There's some sort of a clutch in there that throws that gear forward, and it just wasn't working. So I assumed this was worn out. I really wanted to just replace my solenoid, but figured, what the hell, if I'm going to drop the whole starter down, I might as well put a whole brand new one in it. This one doesn't seem to be cutting it, unfortunately. So perhaps maybe I should swap my solenoids out and put the old motor back. I don't know. I'm going to have to sleep on it. Going to make a decision tomorrow about this, and then we'll come back with a, I don't even know, part 6 or 7 that we shouldn't ever have. We should have had a starter swap video and be good to go. But unfortunately this is carrying on. It's been over a month now, and I'm sick and tired of working on this. I want to get this truck running again. So my buddy Jim's going to come over tomorrow, and I guess we'll give it another shot. Run it past him and see what he thinks. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching.